guys were over Shabbos. We're doing some sheep with Sim, and there's a lot of dust everywhere. So a guy got his hat for benching, and there was dust on it. So he asked me if he could wipe the dust off with his hand. So the basic halacha, as I understood it then, was that if the dust is in the beged, it's part of the beged, you can't. It's really anything nothing to do with dust. If any dirt is inside the beged, then removing that is a form of melaben iser for Shabbos. But anything that's sitting on top, you can just dust down, and off you go. So then some other people who were there were, I spoke to some other rabbis, well, not some other rabbis because I'm not one. They spoke to some people and they said it's Asr, and a few of the halacha books they read, they told me it was all Asr. So I looked a bit deeper into the sugya, and in Shabbos in Kuf Mem Zayin, I'm at Aleph, the top of the page. It's talking about if you on the previous staff it's talking about that it's say you're walking home and it's raining, and when you get home the sun's out, but your clothes are all wet, so you hang up your clothes to dry. On Shabbos, it looks, someone else who's passing by your chutzner might think that you just put a wash on and now you're drying your clothes that you washed on Shabbos, and therefore washing on Shabbos is mutter. So there the Gemara says that because of Maris Ayin, you can't hang up your wet clothes on Shabbos. Then it says if you shake your clothes, then it's chayav chatos, which would mean that it is it's a deraisa. But that's only if it's new. But if it's old, there's no problem, and that's only if it's black. But if it's white or red, then it's no issue. So here, Rashi says when you're shaking your clothes, if you're shaking it from dust, which is really a bit of a pella because the Gemara doesn't seem to be talking about dust. It's talking about wet and water and melaban. Tosfos says that it's talking about water, and Rashi says it's talking about dust, but it doesn't seem to be. It doesn't make any sense that shaking from dust would be melaban whatsoever. It's not shaykh to melaban. And the Rerki Vega through the Gilin Shas on the Rashi refers to a previous Rashi that says that there is no melaban without water. But yet, this Rashi, because it says chayav chatos, has to be talking about the ikar malacha of melaban, not some type of D'Rabbanan Gezeira. So the halacha books, I don't know if Rashi has any friend in this Pesach that dust is even shaykh to melaban Meklal. Tosfos and the Rosh and I think the Ran and the Shulchan Aruch and the Torah all are like Tosfos and say that it's talking about water there. The Rambam has a whole different explanation altogether, saying that when you're like making a beged and you've got like some white threads on it, then you shake it off and you shake off the white threads, then since it's like a new beged, it's a chayav chatos of makah b'patish. It's not even talking about melaban meklal that you're making the clothes, and that's all with the new clothes and not the old ones, because the old ones you have to makbid on it, or you're not really finishing off the beged because it's already been sold. And then also only black ones, because you don't really care so much. It's not such a terrible beged if it's white and has a white thread, or red has a white thread. So the Iker Halacha has nothing to do with dust whatsoever. The Poiskim all hold there's no such thing as dust when it comes to Malabin. So Aruch HaShulchan says that, when it then will be machmir like all shitas, really the Iker is not going to be like the Rashi. Really, there's no problem. So with all this, I question as to whether. All I was saying was the dust isn't in the beged. Because we're like living in this shiputzim house, so it's some of the dust I can just dust. I can dust off, and some of it I need to stick in the washing machine in order to get the dust out. Because that would be deeper in the beged if I need to wash it. I can't just brush it off. So whatever you're brushing off, with your hand on the outside. Also, if you use a kli, it's an issue. But using your hand to take the dust off isn't a problem. So really, I wasn't talking about the sugi tola that taking dust off was mutter, but I was just saying that the dust isn't in the beged, and whatever you take off with your hand is not in the beged. So I don't know if I would give a different answer if I was asked again.